Hi, it's Miss Norris. Today we're going to do our buffalo journals. So I have lots of brown paper here, and I have some paper bags that you might have around the house. So these came from the store, and this came from a package from Amazon or somewhere where I ordered stuff. So if you happen to have just paper bags, you're going to open up your paper bag. You're going to use your pincher fingers. You're just going to go along the crease to open up the entire bag. Just like this. Oops. And if you get stuck, it's okay, because what we want to do is get rid of the bottom. So we're going to tear along the bottom. And again, don't forget your pincher fingers. Thumb and finger together. Pinch and pull. Might be a little difficult, but you're going to keep going. You're going to go all the way around this bottom rectangle. And that will create one of our pages. Now, of course, if you're going to use bags, try to use two of the same size bags. Right now, just for size, I was showing you this bag. And this one's a little larger. And then, of course, this is huge. So with this particular bag, we've kind of already torn this like organic edge already. So looks like this has got a straight edge here. It's a little torn here, so I'm going to give it a little pinch, and I really just want to take away the hard straight line. And if you want to pull some of this lettering out, you could do that too, because again, buffalo skin, it, unfortunately came from an animal that was a necessity. They didn't have grocery stores and such, and they used every part of the animal, and one of it being the skins. They used it to write on, they used it to wear. So, and we're not going to worry, you can decorate over this. So you're going to have what looks like a buffalo skin, and you could kind of work on it some more. Even if you didn't want this piece, you could just come down and just get rid of it too. So we'll do it like that. And then we don't even have to worry about it at all. So it gives it more of a... So that's part one. And I'm going to use a big large piece for my journal this time. I just like it because it's huge. I mean, I often keep very large journals anyway. So, oops. Pieces of paper everywhere. So I like something that's a pretty good size. So let's stop there and see what's next. Hi, we're back again. So we are going to talk about doing the edges of our paper. So remember, in our other activities this past quarter, we used the Sharpies and then we painted over them. So the same thing is going to kind of happen here today. So I want you to find probably more an authentic color, like orange, black, and then orange. Something that would probably be found in nature. Even maybe they would have used blue, just because berries are blue, purple, things like that. So, and perhaps you can start making some marks. I'll get rid of this paper here. So I had said something about lines and shapes. Also, I'll see if I can try to upload some symbols. They had done some like flowers and things. Things that come out of nature. I suppose you could probably, eventually glue some flowers and such. Eventually, once we're done. But if you want to mark it with some Sharpie, let's see if there's another one. Again, I mean, it's a more complicated geometric pattern, but those of you that are up for that, you could do that. I'd love for you to keep more to the northeastern Indians, but if you have a thing for the Midwest or California, or maybe there's a connection for you. Some of us have some Native American heritage that we could probably draw upon. And of course, I always like the iconic lizard. We once had a pet lizard. They are very interesting animals, to say the least. And these kind of look like your hands. You know, you could, simply draw your hands and make them into animals. That could be fun. Just be open to it. So today, for simplicity's sake, I'm going to just be doing maybe circles. I'm going to do a triangle, and then maybe a circle again, and then a triangle, a circle again. But that's an A-B pattern. Like, A-B, A-B. And you keep going around and around and around. And I think that's good for this step. And I'm going to shut the camera off, and we'll move to the next step. Hi, here we are. Next step. So I've decorated the edges of my buffalo skin. You can see we did the circle and the triangle. We did an A-B pattern. Triangle, circle, triangle. And it repeats. Over here, I decided to do some lines. So those of you that like to count, I did 4 lines up and down, which is vertical, and then I did 3 lines across, which is horizontal. And did that all the way around the edges. Okay, so you're going to do this twice. You're going to do it with 2 pieces of brown paper. I'm just showing you this one for the demonstration because we'll do the second one this week online. Don't forget. We'll have art, music, and gym. It'll be gym, art, and music like last time. And so with the Wednesday, Thursday class, we'll shake it up between the buffalo skins and the buckets. So don't forget you need a bucket. And that'll be another video I'll post in a little bit. So you're going to take this. You hear it? You hear the noise? Yeah, we're crumpling it. I'm going to crumple it into, I would say, a ball. It's fun. You could do it a couple times. You can undo it, look at it, see all those nice little lines and everything. It creates texture. It's nice. I'm going to crumple it again. Undo it. So I've done it twice. Maybe just for the sake of it, I'll do it 3 times. And then over here in my sink, I have a bucket of water. Now you don't really need to soak it, but it's nice to put it into the water. You really want to make sure, and as you're putting it into the water, you can see my hand, I'm just kind of making it into a ball again, and look how smaller it compresses. It's smaller and smaller. You really want to make sure you've saturated it, because in squeezing it and getting the water in it, it's going to give you even more texture. And then you're going to gently, ever so gently, take it out. And then I conveniently put a drying rack here, and you can dry it just like, say it was a real buffalo skin. And it's dripping right now onto a towel that I've placed below. So that is the buffalo skin. So with my big one, which I haven't done yet, but I wanted to show you the next step without wasting a minute of your time while you're here. I'm going to put the 2 pages together, one inside of the other, so it becomes a book like we're used to. Cover, inside, and then the full inside, and then the back side, and then the back of the cover. So creating this journal is week 1. Week 2 is, I think, flower printing. Week 3 is veggie printing, and week 4, I can't remember off the top of my head, but anyway. Oh, one of them is painting with sticks and feathers and stuff, so it'll go all together. So I found this string randomly in my embroidery box. You may not have embroidery string. Maybe you have thread. Maybe you have kite string, things like that. So simply, going to stitch it so that it's open, just like when we staple, friends. We staple so it's like a book. So I'm going to stick my needle in here, and you could pull it either front or back. I'm going to pull it either way, it doesn't matter. I'm going to knot this end, because you could knot it inside or outside, whatever your heart's desire. And then I'm going to go back in, leaving about a finger space. And I'm going to come back up a little bit close to that place. And if you keep your thumb and finger together, you can see where I'm going with all this. All right, so that's how I would do it all the way down, and I've already folded it, and you pretty much can see that's where you would go. So those of you that want to sew, it's kind of a nice, alternative, and it's more authentic. So we're going to call it a day with the journal until we decide to do other things with it. So don't forget to put it on the drying rack and tune in to see us, okay? Until next time, I'll see you later. Thank you.